If affirmations feel fake, it's not you. It's your brain doing its job. Once, before an interview presentation, I kept telling myself, I'm not nervous, but my neck was stiff, my stomach in knots, and my brain just laughed. Oh, really? If your brain doesn't believe it, it won't land. Today I'll show you how to make affirmations believable, when to say them so that they stick, and how to boost their power. Then we'll build one together that you can use today. And there's a free one-page PDF. The link's in the description. So let's make our brain a teammate, not a heckler. Our brains learn by reshaping themselves. Repeating an affirmation strengthens your confidence circuits. Old patterns weaken as new ones take over. Think of it as building a mental superhighway. The more you walk the path, the deeper and wider it gets. Positive affirmations do the same, building pathways for self-worth until they become automatic. There are 3 accelerators. Being in a relaxed state is like planting in soft soil rather than frozen ground. Speaking with real feeling makes it more memorable. And being consistent is like building an affirmation muscle, flexing it through repetition. We don't have to believe it instantly. We only have to feel that it's believable and then repeat it often enough for our brain to accept it as the new normal. I've noticed a difference between saying an affirmation in a mindless rush and saying it with purpose while looking into my eyes. It's like the difference between a weak clap and a rousing cheer. But make no mistake, if it feels fake, the brain bins it. Keep affirmations personal, present tense, and possible. On low days, saying something like, I'm in total control of my life, makes my brain laugh. But I'm steering my life more steadily each day. Feels right. Another one of mine is, I'm improving each day and I sense it. But on tougher days, I soften it to, I'm learning or I'm becoming more. Believability is the bridge between where you are and where you're heading. If you say it with a sigh, your brain is in conflict. Try a softer, believable rephrase and say it with love. I know when I find the right words, they click, they feel right. What's one area where you could believe that a tiny step more is possible? It's best to say affirmations when your brain is open. I've noticed that affirmations sink in more deeply when I'm calm, like when I'm walking, breathing deeply, or meditating. Mirror talk is my favourite. Looking myself in the eye makes it real, like speaking to a trusted friend. Sometimes I say, I am. Sometimes I use my name for kindness and warmth. And it would look like this. I'm getting a little better every day and I can feel it. See my gaze, hear my breath. It lands differently when you mean it. And if I'm not feeling fabulous, I soften it with, I'm learning, I'm becoming. Meeting myself where I'm at really matters. When in your day could you try your affirmation in a calmer state? Here's the maths. Words plus tiny action equal traction. Pair the words with something you do. Like when I rebuilt my fitness, I'd say, I'm feeling stronger and fitter with every step. It felt true because I was doing it. Then flip negatives into positives. Instead of saying, I'm not stressed, say, I'm feeling calmer and steadier with every step. When a belief is wobbly, I use what if phrasing. What if I'm already making the progress I long for? It invites possibility. Another lovely one I use is, what if I'm exactly where I'm meant to be? It feels grounded and reassuring. What's one tiny action you could pair with your affirmation today? Now, Let's talk about negativity. We don't argue with thoughts, we redirect them. This won't work becomes, how can this work for me? Or this is unfair becomes, what is this showing me? Recently, someone made a subtle put down. My first thought was, she's spoiling the occasion. But when I took a breath, I switched it to, what is she showing me? And I could see how petty it was. For the heavier stuff, I release it. I release it to the angels. I release it to the universe. When an old hurt pops up in my head, I say, I release this to my angels and keep only the lesson. It reminds me that I'm a part of something bigger, and it stops the spiral. What simple phrase could you throw in the spokes of a wheel of recurring thought? To keep affirmations consistent, attach them to things that you already regularly do, like on waking, on sipping a drink, on showering, on your commute. As you fall asleep, over time they stop being a task and start being a part of who you are. For me, waking and bedtime work best. But I also like affirming while I'm walking. I find the rhythm helps. Now let's build one together. Think of a core value, a current goal, and a next believable step. Now put it together in the present tense and say it with feeling. It might be, I am, or I'm becoming more every day. Here's mine. The value is peace, the current goal is grace in challenges, and the next believable step is applying curiosity instead of judgment. So my affirmation is, I'm becoming more curious about the challenges I meet along the way. It's simple, believable, and it feels right. So that's how to make affirmations work for you, not against you. Make it believable. Say it when it sticks. Pair it with a tiny action or use what if as a bridge. Start small, start today. You'll be surprised how quickly your words shape how you feel and how you act. Watch this video next. Stop letting old voices write your story and grab the free one-page guide. The link's in the description. Finally, let me know in the comments, what's your believable next step affirmation? Goodbye for now and take very good care of yourself.